Hi.
Welcome back, you guys. We're your hosts. I'm Khalid, but you can call me KK.
And I'm Leah, and this is
As
As
we
We
go.
Go. Today's episode is all about nature,
Yep.
which is so fitting for today because we actually just got back from the Nelson Ledges,
Yeah, it was a smooth
which,
trip.
yeah, it's this really nice park. Isn't it a state park or?
I think so.
I think it's a state park. It's a state park literally like in our backyards, maybe like a 20-minute drive, and it's just so pretty.
The ride there is beautiful as well.
Yeah, and the leaves are all starting to change colors a little bit, so it was really beautiful to see.
Yeah, honestly, I know. Okay, I was about to say, I feel like this is my first time there this year, but we've definitely gone already. But
yeah.
honestly, like from the past 2 years, this is like the least we've gone. But then again, I feel like fall time is usually when we're like really in the thick of it, going every morning.
Yeah, although we definitely hit in the spring because I remember being cold and wintry and like
Yeah.
snow on the ground. So like I think we were always big in it. I think we've always just been big in it depending on the time of year,
Yeah.
but it has been a while just because of all the different things that we've been going through and things going on. So it was nice to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
The water wasn't as at a good level, so like the waterfalls and the streams weren't as pretty as they typically are, but it was still so relaxing and just being there and just it was really nice.
Yeah. Our routine when we get there is usually to walk around, find a place that calls us. You might smoke, then walk around some more. Then when the second spot calls us, that's where we'll sit down. Some days we journaled, other days we meditated.
Always meditate, I feel
Yeah,
like. Yeah. It's so
yeah.
beautiful.
And then just keep
Normally
going.
normally we do like a meditation together. Normally a guided meditation, but today when we did our meditation, it was a little bit different. And I thought that was
Mm.
kind of special and kind of
Yeah.
nice because we were sitting right there next to each other, hearing the same things. If your eyes are open, seeing the same things, but we weren't together. So you were doing your meditation, I was doing mine, and it was just
It happens
it
so
felt so
naturally
nice.
too.
Yeah, yeah, it did. It was really really beautiful.
Yeah, very peaceful.
Yeah.
And then the acorn like fell down. It was like, all right, time to.
That was crazy. That acorn was a sign. It was crazy.
I was like, all right,
Yeah.
time's up.
But yeah, like we said, this is all about nature. So just to dive right in, what are some of your favorite memories that you have in regards to nature, being outside?
Ooh, I would say when like being out of state, like traveling somewhere and then finding one of their like kind of special spots, if that makes
Like
sense.
stumbling upon it or like knowing you're going there? Or
Kind of
either
like
way?
knowing you're going
Oh,
there
okay.
either way for sure. Like in Mexico, Bacalar. The what is it? I don't know how to say it in Spanish, but the Laguna Seven Colors, basically.
Okay.
So beautiful. The water was really nice. I guess the beaches in Mexico in general, for real. And also Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Those mountains were so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I want to go back.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Honestly, I feel like I was pretty spoiled living in Alaska.
Mm.
I felt like I definitely got to experience so many pretty things from, the ocean to the mountains. It was just, loved Alaska. But some of my favorite memories, of course, I did camp in a dry cabin in Alaska, and that was really cool. I, oh. There's so many cool things. Okay, like you
Right.
said, like going somewhere, but excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. But like when we were driving the first time driving to Alaska, we just stumbled upon this hot spring in Canada, and we just got out the car and it was so cold, like no one was there. It was literally freezing, but we got out and we didn't even get in the water, but we just like looked at it and maybe felt it a little bit, and that was really cool. But there's so honestly I love nature. I could spend the whole day in nature as long as I don't have to hunt and kill my own food.
Yeah. For sure. Actually, I feel like I take back what I said. My favorite like little moments are when we're like you're on a road trip or something like that, and you just pull over to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah,
like my
we do
favorite.
that a lot. I felt like, especially on the way back from Oregon.
Hmm.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, we ended up finding a like a little lake. That was a nice break too, from like all the driving. Yeah, it's oh that's great. Or it's like even yesterday, like I was walking, and I ended up walking past this field, and it was just like it was so beautiful. I stopped and took a few pictures.
The how many times on like a walk or like a journey that I stop and take pictures at just like a pretty sight,
Hmm.
like that reminded me like whenever I would walk treacherous that treacherous 4 mile hike to the nearest bus station to get a ride to the airport.
Mm.
But I remember whenever I would right after I would pass all the bulls, there was like this pretty. It wasn't a swamp because you know what I mean, but it gave like,
Swamp.
but not like swamp. It gave like swamp vibes.
Okay.
So it was really pretty, and like anytime I would go and like it'd be a sunrise, oh, it would just be so gorgeous. And then I'd have to stop and just look at it.
Yeah, Moncofa was a different type of beauty. Like walking along the beach and having water on this side and the mountains on this side, especially during sunset, it felt like virtual reality. I feel like I said that in a previous episode, but
Yeah.
it
It was
did not
crazy.
feel real.
It was like the sun would rise on the beach and then
Yeah.
set on the mountains.
Oh my gosh, it
It
looked
was so pretty.
it was insane.
It's
And
so
it was
pretty.
so quiet out there, like literally a fucking ghost town. It feels like, but not really. But it's like it might as well. It felt like having a private beach for real.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It was just so magical.
It's like right around. Oh my gosh. Sorry. It's like right around the time where it's been like a year. So I go on my phone. I keep seeing like these beautiful sunrises. I mean, sunrises, sunsets, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the sun's starting to set early, so it's
Like
okay.
sunset is starting before 8.
Yeah, that's wild. I feel like going down a lot faster too, like by the day.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, I guess that's what happens, but
you can really tell that autumn's coming because like the day starts off so cold and then it gets so hot and then nights get cold again, gets cold again. So
I love that.
we'll save that for next episode,
I
okay? We're not
love
there
that.
yet.
We're getting
It is
there.
crazy. It is so amazing though, just nature and like how the cycle of it all. It's really crazy and it is cool to experience and cool to watch. And I know a lot of people, they always say like they have to experience the 4 different seasons, and I don't. I'm so okay with just having more months, but I do appreciate it, and it is so pretty to watch the cycle and the death and the new. It's really nice.
Yeah. Do how do you deal or like with the transitions? How do you like, you know, do you have a flow? Do you have a flow with the seasons?
Okay, so summer is when I was born, so it's up, it's up, it's up.
Okay.
And then fall, it's like you're coming off of a good summer, so you're taking in the pretty leaves and you're taking in, all the good stuff around you. And then it starts getting colder and colder, and I start getting a little down and down. But not all the time. Maybe it won't happen this year, as long as I do what I gotta do. But winter's definitely typically a little harder for me. But if I can like get on a strict schedule in the winter and stick to it, then I'm Gucci. I'm good. And then spring is really when summer starts for me. So spring is summer. So we get there too. It's just winter. How about you?
I feel like autumn and winter kind of flow into each other like very well energetically. For me, it's all about being cozy. I feel like that's my most like time of introspection for real. And it's like that's the time to just slow down, be in the house, do your studies. I guess that makes sense because around like school time.
Yeah, definitely.
As
It's
well.
probably
So
like
that's
programmed
probably,
into our
like,
head a little
yeah,
bit.
it
Yeah, that
feels
makes
like-
sense.
So around this time, I'm like, oh, I want to read a new book or something like that. And then spring comes, and I'm like, yeah, spring, summer, I just want to explore.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of like, it's funny how you feel like, well, I guess you said spring and summer kind of flow together too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my mind. I would say for me, spring and summer, and for you, fall and winter. But you just have two seasons in your life. Okay.
Basically.
No, I definitely separate fall and winter because if I didn't, I would hate fall too.
What?
Not that I hate winter. I just don't like being cold.
I feel like it's been a minute since I've experienced the really cold winter. It's been a hot minute. And then I went away for like a few years, and all of my winters were. You know, it's crazy. When I moved to North Carolina, our first winter, there was like no snow, and they still had like Christmas stuff up, but it did not feel like Christmas. It made me so sad. I used to get so sad during winter because
it was warm, or it just wasn't any snow.
It was pretty warm.
Okay, yeah. In Moncofa, I mean not Moncofa. I'm sorry, in Macedonia, where we spent the last Christmas. For one, our Christmas is like 2 weeks before their Christmas because they do like the Orthodox calendar. So there's some like Christmas stuff up, obviously, because it's 2 weeks before, but New Year's is first. So, you know what I mean? It's fireworks and stuff. So we still celebrated our Christmas on December 25th and like had our tree up and everything, but it was a lot different. There was no snow. It wasn't warm, but like 50s. 40s, like it never 30s,
cool.
never 30s.
Cool.
Like I would walk to the gym, so it was a little different then too.
Yeah.
Okay, so after you, I know this wasn't a whole day immersed at the Nelson Ledges, but after you spent some time or even the whole day immersed into nature, how do you feel after that? Like, do you feel like it affects you?
I usually feel a lot more grounded. I feel like that's something cliche to say, but that's how I end up feeling. Like I feel a lot more calm and at peace usually. Like when we leave, I'm like, there's a bit of like pressure release.
Yeah, when I think about that, I definitely say grounded's the first thing. Kind of like revitalized. Which I guess kind of ties in with like grounding. Like I feel re-energized, like something was recharged in me. Also, I feel a little bit more playful. I think being with nature brings out this like innate playful side that kind of gets hidden away when you're so focused on the structural side of life. So definitely get a little playful.
I definitely feel that way. Freaking like having like going on trips to the cenotes. It always felt like, especially with a group of friends, it always felt like a bunch of kindergartners going on a field trip. Every single time, it made me feel that way. Like, we're just little kids. Like,
I feel like
it's so cool.
I think anytime you have a large group in nature, it feels like a field trip.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about even when we went to the Nelson Ledges with all the kids, it just felt like we were all just together. You know what I mean?
We were.
And then, like, I was thinking about when I was in Hawaii and it was like pitch black at night and we were all in the middle, not in the middle of the ocean, but we were pretty far off. And even though it was like obviously not something you do on a field trip, it just felt like we're here together, like hold hands. Like even though we weren't holding hands or anything like that, it just felt like we're here exploring this together, so we're gonna all just stick together and explore.
Lot of jolliness.
Yeah, we were all just having fun. It was so nice. Do you typically seek nature when you're stressed? Because I do. If I'm feeling stressed, I feel like I need to go out, get some fresh air, take a hike. If I'm able to put my bare feet on the ground, like I really want to just breathe in the nature.
For sure. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I got away from that. And like recently, especially recently, like I've just been getting called like to go outside, and it's sometimes I end up outside and not realizing like I just walked my ass outside.
Yeah,
like I'm out there. And
you needed it.
Like, oh, like I literally just walked out. Like once I like come out of my thought, I just be like, wow. This been happening a lot lately.
I'm outside.
Like a few months ago, like I remember I felt a lot of heaviness, so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna head to the beach, get my dinner, eat while the sun is setting, and just relax. And I had my AirPods in, just listen to music, ate my food, drank my beer while the sun set, and it
Yeah.
made me feel so good. So good. And like the beach makes me feel baptized.
Yeah, the beach, the water, the ocean in particular, but any body of water for real. Oh,
Just cleanse a whole like energy cleanse.
mm. When
Especially if it's a long good day at the beach.
I love them. As long as you don't fall asleep at the beach. But
It's not always bad.
I mean,
We napped on the beach together.
yeah, but I mean, when you fall asleep and the sun is just beating on you and you're just sleeping snoozed off and having a good time and you wake up and you can't smile. I definitely love the beach though. What what is like one of like the biggest adventure things that you've ever done in nature?
um, Adventure? I feel like really just walking around, like trying to get lost. Me and my friend Zach, this is like when I was in high school. This one day we were like, oh, let's go try to get lost or whatever. So we were walking down these train tracks, and we kept going, but we ended up like somewhere where we knew where we were. So the whole getting lost thing
Didn't really work.
Yeah, it
but
didn't really
it was
work.
still a nice
but
adventure.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay.
You?
Honestly, I feel like I have a few really big ones. It's hard for me to like decide which one's like my biggest adventure. But one of the ones that really sticks out to me is for my birthday. Don't remember which year, whatever year it was that I was in Alaska for it. I decided I wanted to go whitewater rafting. So me and my little brother Anthony, we went to the national park in Alaska, which is like Denali National Park, where like the biggest mountain in North America is, and we went whitewater rafting. Like
Nice.
the rapids were made because from like the water coming off the glacier. Like it was so cool. We were on a raft with like our guide. Well, first we called in, and we were like we were making a reservation, and they're like, "Oh, we don't really have any available for you to paddle, but you can just get on the boat where like the person's paddling." I'm like, that does not sound as fun. I don't want to paddle, but like we're like, fine, whatever. And then we get there, and she was like, "Hey, weren't you guys the one that wanted to actually paddle?" We're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, someone can open up, so you guys can do it."
Oh, nice.
So we were so excited. So we went to do it. It's probably like 6 of us. We had these big old wetsuits on. We get on the water, and I ain't gonna lie. There's one part he was like, "Oh, that is so dangerous. We don't want to go there. We're not that experienced." And so I'm like, trying to go over there, and we're getting close. And there's one kid who he says he's like, "Oh, I've done this before." Like, he was so cocky with it, like so cocky. I was like, "Oh, maybe he really does know what he's doing," and he probably did, but he didn't know what he was doing that much. And he fell into the water. So the two people at the front of the boat are trying to get him off the water. So it's like them three. And then I'm trying to pedal us into this biggie. And I just see Anthony's toss up on this side, just like, and his face is just like trying so hard to get us out of it. And we were fine. I did eventually give up, and we made it out safe and sound. But it was so much fun. And I had paid I paid extra to get like the footage of it because it wasn't camera, but it was like pictures.
That's silly.
And my USB never worked. And we didn't know until we got home. And Denali was like a 4 or 5 hour drive, and like who was about to go back there? And they didn't answer my phone calls.
I'm like, they could have mailed something.
They didn't answer my phone calls.
Aw. Sorry to hear that.
It's
I
all
like
right.
how you
It was
had
fun.
that like fun story.
It was really fun.
That was really fun.
Question:
Answer.
how about hikes? Like obviously we take hikes in like the Nelson Ledges, but do you like hikes anywhere, or do you take a lot of trails, different things like that?
Not often.
No?
No. I used to. In North Carolina, there was a
Okay.
lot of parks with some really cool trails. Like, they used to be one of my favorite things to do, especially when I first started smoking. What is this park called? Mazark? Something like that. I think it was Mazark Park. And me and my friend used to go there.
And just hike a little bit?
Yeah. Just walk. It used to be amazing. Like, walk far enough, you end up at this pier. Just sit by the water. It was great.
See, I'm big on hikes.
Mm.
I am. I have obviously Nelson Ledges. I was just at some hike over in Lordstown, I think, with Nikki and the kids. Um, but I remember the hikes in Alaska. I'm telling you, Alaska got me so spoiled. Almost every story is gonna be about Alaska or Hawaii, like. But all the trails that they'd have over there, and there, I had this app, and I think it was called All Trails, and like it would just list all the trails out, so I could see, oh, if everyone wants to go with me, I can find an easy like 1 mile trail. And then like one time I was just like kind of feeling stressed out. I wanted to take like a hike by myself, and I found like this like difficult trail, and it was like 6 miles one way, 6 miles back. So I was like, you know what, let me do that. And let me tell you, I have never in my life seen a prettier like nature scenery. Like it does not look looking at it does not look real. The pictures I took of it does not look real. Like it's the most beautiful hidden lake that you have to walk 6 miles to get to, with mountains all the way around it. It's just so surreal.
Gorgeous.
So surreal. And then the hike was just so nice. Everyone on the hike was nice. It was I love hikes. Love it.
Are you ever nervous about the animals that you encounter when you're hiking?
Never.
Have you heard anything like growls that had you like?
Oh my gosh, I have had so many like incidents. One time I was on a hike in California, and we were just hiking. Me and my friend were hiking along, and like we just hear this growl. Like I don't know if it was like a bobcat or something. And like my friend like squats, and I'm like get ready to like kick the dang thing, but like we just keep walking, and like never popped out. So we just kept going. In Alaska, a lot of times when I would be hiking, there'd be people with guns. So I'm like, oh, I guess if anything really happens, I guess they'll come.
Got some shooters in the cut.
Yeah. But I also have seen a bear on a hike, a black bear. Me, my daughter Marley, and my mom, we were hiking. It was most likely Alaska, but it could have been Portland. No, it had to have been Alaska. And we were just taking a hike, and like we knew that bears have been spotted. We were kind of looking for a bear for real. Because black bears, if you're not bothering them, they're not bothering you for real. And there was no baby spotted. So we took this hike. There was bears spotted maybe a couple days before that. But we're hiking. We take this long hike. You know, don't see anything. On the way back to the car, there's this bear just like eating some berries. And me and Molly like, oh my gosh. My mom's a little scared. Like, let's go. And me and Molly getting a little closer. And not like dangerously close, but a little closer, getting good pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. And the bear just looks at us. And Molly's like, hi. And he just... and goes back to eating his berries. It was so cool.
Do you get nervous about animals in the water?
I have that thought at the back of my head. Like, I'm not afraid of sharks. But I do understand the power of a shark.
Yeah.
And I also understand that I'm in your territory.
Okay. I don't ever get worried about a shark. Cause I'm like, oh, what's the chances of it actually like...
Well, being like way far up on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when...
you don't go too far.
I'm talking about when I was in the middle of the ocean, jumped out of a boat type of thing.
I
would cage dive. That's actually one thing I have like written down when to talk about, because some of the things like I would want to do, I would cage dive 1,000%. If I could have found a ride in Hawaii from one side of the island to the other, because it was like a $200 Uber ride, I wasn't doing that. Me and my friend would have went cage diving for sure.
Oh, yeah. I would have been into that. But you ever see that movie?
I see lots of movies.
Where it was the two girls who were cage diving, and then the cage like disconnected from the thing.
No.
Okay, so he sank to the bottom.
I'd still do it.
That movie terrified me.
I'd still do it for sure.
That movie terrified me.
I wouldn't snorkel. I would love to like train to scuba dive a little bit.
I would love to train to scuba dive. This year, I went and swam with turtles and stingrays, which was actually really cool. It was really cool. But it was also, like, really nerve-wracking. Like, I didn't want to swim directly above anything. I didn't want anything too close to me.
How about fish? How like when fish touched you?
Oh,
how do you feel?
No, I do not like that.
I be getting a little, like, when it's like when a bug touches you, it's like, ew, like, don't touch me. but it's not like, it's just like,
Exactly. It's like, it just feels really uncomfortable.
yeah, like this isn't supposed to happen.
Very much so. And there is some cenotes that have like the little fish in there, and I'm like, I don't want to get in.
No, do you remember when we were in Portland and we went to, I think we drove to Washington, and there was those crawfish?
The crawfish, yes!
Oh my gosh, those were so,
We were like, what is that? Is that? I know that ain't what I think it is. That was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. The beauty in the Pacific Northwest. It's so beautiful.
Have you always felt connected with nature? Like, or do you remember a time where you were like, you know what? This is actually kind of cool.
I feel like I've always been pretty connected to nature. I think that as I've gotten older, it's gotten stronger and I maybe understand it a little bit more. But growing up, we always had a garden, so I was always involved in, just like seeing things grow and then seeing them die off. And I grew a sunflower from a seed to something that was taller than my 6-foot dad, way taller than him. Like it was probably like a 8 to 10-foot sunflower, and I don't know, just I was always outside. I was getting yelled at from being barefoot. Always loved the water and ocean, so I think I always felt a connection to nature for sure. How about you?
When it came to swimming, like in general, like in water, I always loved it. Actually, no, I used to be scared. I used to be scared of water. I like to swim. But after I took lessons and was taught how to swim, loved it. Loved it. But I wasn't really into like the forest and stuff like that, just being outside. Not so much. It wasn't until my first time in Alabama when I went to visit my grandpa.
Okay.
He has land out there. And he like took us out there to like show us like the pond or lake he fishes in, and he had us in the scoop thing of the tractor. Yeah, like me and Casey was like sitting in there. He's like driving it through.
How old were you? You had to be so small.
No, it was a big one. Like it was the long one. I think me, my mom, and Casey were in there. To be honest with you,
so funny.
I had to have been like 15.
Oh, wow.
15, 16 years old. And I was like, wow, like I got country in my blood for real. Like that's what it felt like. And it felt like DNA was unlocked. I had so much of an appreciation for it after that. Yeah, like once I saw like how my grandpa, how in tune and how much he loved it out there. It was like being in his world for real. Yeah. And then just like I said, being on that, it was such a cool experience. I was just like, wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I could imagine growing up country and it being such a good childhood. Yeah. Like that just sounds so fun and you'd be so tough. It'd be so good.
No, for real, like go climb this motherfucking tree.
No, literally.
Just build a tree house.
Did you climb trees when you were a kid?
Yeah, not like a lot, but there were like some trees.
Okay.
Maybe like there's only one tree that I could think of that I was always like, oh, I kind of want to climb this. So like every time I try to get a little higher.
Okay, yeah. We had a tree at my grandma's front yard that we always climbed, and we would hang upside down from it.
And then like get to the roof, or y'all would go to the roof and on the thing or something like that?
No.
Because Anthony, he was telling me that he used to climb that tree and then go to the roof or something like that.
And we went on the roof a lot. We did go on the roof a lot, but
the story was fishy.
We would go on the roof from the porch. Like, you know, the porch has the balcony. Like, the porch has the ledge. Yeah. So my dad would probably be holding us up, and we'd go up there and then climb into if we had to go into that. That's how we would unlock the door. Or if we were going onto the actual roof from the upstairs, a little ledge out from the front door, go on that and then climb up onto the roof. Okay. And we did spend a lot of time on that roof for some reason as a kid.
He said y'all used to hang from the power cords.
Shut the
He said something crazy.
From the power cords?
No, it wasn't. He definitely wasn't the power cords, but he said something crazy, and I was like, do it now.
One thing that I will say,
he was like, scary,
that we did used to do that sounds absolutely bonkers now, is we used to jump off of my garage roof, like my grandma's garage roof.
That is crazy.
Like, why? Like,
onto what?
The ground. Like, one of us, like, Brandon would, like, lift me up to go get it. To go get, like, whatever we dropped up there. We'd get it. Silly. And, like, we just jumped down. Another big part about nature that, everyone should be mindful about is, just doing our part for sustainability and conservation and all that. Yeah. Do you do anything now that you are proud of, or is there anything that you hope to incorporate soon in your life?
Definitely recycling more. I feel like right now something that I'm proud of that I do. Is if like I'm walking and I see like some trash or something like that. Every now and then, like if it's not too much trash in my path, then like
okay,
yeah, I'll pick it up and make sure it gets thrown away. Beach cleans. I like doing that at the beach, like cleaning the beach, especially with a group of people. That's always like really nice.
That's a really cute date as well.
It really is.
And then get some lunch afterwards. And they put you guys on.
Like,
yeah,
that is too cute.
It is. I do recycle. I recycle quite regularly. I do have every 2 weeks they come and dump out my recycling bin. So that's pretty cool. And I never litter. I'm not as good as you where I pick up litter on my walks all the time. Mm. I will if I'm close to a trash can or like.
It definitely has to do with convenience.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna carry it with me because if I hate walking my dog and having to carry the freaking dog poop with me. So. Yeah. But I never litter. I don't know. I don't keep the water on when I brush my teeth. I do take long showers.
Same.
Yeah, I could definitely get better for sure, but I am mindful. I do try my best. One thing I would love to do is start shopping at one of those stores where you have reusable containers. Mm. So if you need some shower gel, just bring this canister in. We'll weigh the canister, we'll fill it up, and we'll only charge you for the products. That way you don't have all the plastic waste.
Limiting your waste.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that. I
would love to incorporate that.
Have glass spices and just put all my spices in the glass jars. I would love to do that.
You have to be so dedicated and disciplined for that.
You do. But I hope to accomplish it one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Gotta start somewhere.
Definitely, and baby steps.
This was a nice, refreshing episode.
Yeah, it was. We will definitely wrap it up here soon. Yeah. But before we go, we want to remind you guys to hop over to our Instagram.
Yes, at As We Go, the podcast.
Because if you go there, you will see a post for our Netflix and Chill giveaway.
Yes, you still have, what day is it?
The 15th.
It's the 15th. So you guys have 5 more days to go. Like the post, share it, and tag who you would like to Netflix and chill with. It could be a lover, it can be a friend, it could be a family member.
Yes. So make sure you're following us and enter that giveaway because you don't want to miss it because
it's going to be real nice and remind the people what they are receiving.
That's what I'm saying. Not only do you get a $25 Netflix gift card, which should cover a month of Netflix, you also get a $50 Uber Eats gift card. Yes. And that is going to be so handy because Uber Eats can definitely start to add up when they get them delivery fees and stuff in there. So that $50 should get you a nice little meal or two, depending on what you want to eat. So.
Now who you eating with?
And definitely who you eating with, because if they got a big back, it might not be a whole enough to feed the one. Just kidding. But please enter that and make sure that you just check us out. Follow us individually.
You can follow me at eternal.lid.
And you can follow me at lee.ahh5.
For sure. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Comment how you connect with nature. Yeah. And if you're listening to this on Spotify and or Apple Podcast, thanks for listening.
Keep on listening, okay? Give us a share. Thank you for sharing this space with us, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.